No necklace today. I'm wearing my Wonder Woman t-shirt because I am Wonder I got a keratin treatment today. I went to one of those franchise salons. Starts with an M, rhymes with Foxy. Well, I had a Groupon. Keratins are expensive. I got a Groupon for less than half price. It was delightful. The price was delightful. The place looks beautiful. They all look beautiful. They all look the same. I don't know if it's a chain or a franchise. But they all look the same. The same, aqua colors, the same adorable, enthusiastic, sayings plastered all over. Same very kind of sterile and corporate feel to it. And very loud music. I guess I'm that old person. The music was so loud in the beauty parlor today. But the music was loud in the beauty parlor today. So, when you have something that's corporate or franchised or, I don't know if it was a chain, I could look it up, but whatever. There's people sitting in a boardroom deciding what it will look like, what people will dress like, the level of the music, the type of music. Everything is planned at a boardroom table or a corporate management table. And then it's implemented. Regional managers will visit to make sure everyone's in compliance. Same thing with Starbucks. Every Starbucks looks the same, smells the same. Well, they have a variety of music, all pre-approved by corporate. No, I remember we were allowed to bring some music. Okay, sure. Try bringing death metal into the Starbucks and see if your manager will let you play it. So that would be a no, because everything has to be the same. The creativity happened way at the top, and then it rolls out to hundreds or thousands of locations where everything has to be the same. There are rules. There are penalties for not following the rules. Fine. So I'm inside someone's big corporate vision today, getting a very high quality, treatment at an excellent price. The place was spotlessly clean, kind of empty. There were 2 people in there, 2 customers. I wish I could tell you anything about the technician who worked on me, except that when she tried to place a food order, they wouldn't let her just run over and pay for it then. They wanted a credit card. She was in the middle of working on me. She's like, never mind, I'm doing a service. And I was fine with it. I'm like, I feel bad that you haven't eaten. Not complaining at all. I had stuff on my hair. It was a perfectly appropriate time for her to attempt to order food. But other than that, I didn't talk to her because the music was too loud. What? It's like going to a nightclub. Is this where young people are supposed to socialize? A nightclub with the thumpa loud music? And don't tell me they dance. The girls will dance with each other. The guys will stand there, bouncing a little bit. Maybe getting up their nerve to go talk to a girl. Probably not. Not conducive to socializing. So that's where I was today for my hair treatment, in this thumpa loud. Not really able to carry on any kind of conversation with my stylist. And I thought, okay, so since this is all very deliberate and very planned by some group of corporate people who designed this place, why? Why would you want it so loud? So this is what when people are, she's doing my hair with the hot, with the iron, ironing on the keratin, and I'm thinking about, well, What could possibly be the reasons why this place is designed this way? Because why not think about those things? Well, they want to keep it a young clientele, I suppose. I'm surprised, the ground didn't swallow me up when I walked in there. I look nice now on camera, but sitting in the salon chair looking in the mirror, I'm like, oh God, I look so old. They're trying to attract a young clientele. I walked in, she was just finishing up with the young client who looked like she was going to a formal or something. And her two friends were sitting in the waiting area next to me, on their phones, not talking to each other. Like, look, I do pick up my phone when I'm out, but like to answer a text or something important, or let me just answer this real quick. But if I'm with people, I talk to them. We're in a new kind of age now. So these girls looked like they were in their 20s, late teens. Anyway, they were quiet because they were on their phones. The thumpa music. I was almost dozing off in the lounge area because it was mid-afternoon. Why would the music be so loud? And I'm thinking there's got to be a reason. All right, so you want to keep your clientele young. Okay, you don't want, old cranky people like me coming in. Why is that music so loud? I didn't say that, though. I'm like, I'm in someone else's house, But what struck me is when we get our hair done, I'm 58 years old, and I'm from a generation where when you get your hair done, you talk to your technician, you talk to your stylist, beautician. That's what we used to call them. I don't know if we can call them that anymore. Things change to be more, I don't know, inclusive. When I think of a technician, I think of somebody coming to set up my computer, not somebody putting keratin in my hair. But okay, technician. Esthetician. We couldn't have a conversation. Why? Because they want people to be devoted to that salon, to that, not even that location, but to that brand name, not to any person. If you know anything about beauty parlors, it's that you have a following. So if you go from salon to salon, you bring your people with you. A following. That's not the case in most places. Well, at least not in these big chain places. How could she possibly get a following? The only reason I asked her name when I was leaving, I looked at her name tag. I'm like, what's your name? Like, we didn't talk. She doesn't know what I do for a living. I don't know if she's got kids. There's no pictures of family or dogs or anything. Usually when you're in somebody's chair, there's little pictures around, anything personal. Nothing like that. Nothing like that. This is just a big corporate entity. No personal connections allowed or encouraged. Same thing with restaurants. You know when you're in a private restaurant. You know when you're in a mom and pop shop. You know when you're in a mom and pop restaurant. And you know when you're in a chain. You know when you're at Olive Garden. Oh, I picked Olive Garden. Any of them. They all look the same. They're all the same. The creativity happens way at the top and not in the individual place. And if you try to be creative, you will probably get reprimanded. If a regional manager came in and somebody had a picture of their family on the mirror in their chair, where they work on heads, they'd be like, well, we do have guidelines about this. Our company policy is to not have personal items anywhere. Like, don't have a personality. Don't be a person. Until we can replace you with a robot, just be robotic. Don't talk. Don't connect. Let's just create future generations of people who look at their devices and don't talk to each other. When you do business, it's not personal. If you have a complaint, put it in the app. It's a weird world. I grew up in a time when phones were on the wall and you had the long spiral cord, and if you wanted privacy, you'd have to go around the corner and whisper into it, I can't say we couldn't imagine this world because science fiction told us this world was coming, told us all about this. And we thought it was funny. We thought Schwarzenegger in Total Recall or The Running Man, we thought that was science fiction. Yeah, it was prophecy. So am I complaining? I got my service. I got it at half the price I would normally have to pay for the service. I think we're moving into an age where people have social anxiety. They don't want to have conversations. They're not looking for it. I think people, if they can be on their phones the whole time, they would be. Wait till we no longer need the device in our hand and it's just like projected in front of us. I could have just been playing games the whole time while she's working on my head. And who wants this? Whoever's benefiting by it. Follow the money. Who benefits by this? People being disconnected on a personal level and only connected to the port into which they put their money. Oh, one more thing today. I very deliberately put something pretty on in the background. You can't even see it. Maybe I need to change my setup here so you can see my lovely backgrounds. I went to a new car wash today. It's in a location that's very convenient for me near a rainbow shop where I got a bunch of turtlenecks. As you can see, I'm fond of my turtlenecks. I lost quite a bit of weight and things need to, be tightened up, and they will be. Yeah, so I'm like, oh, finally, they opened the new car wash. They're moving toward getting rid of the humans, too. I pull up, and I'm like, oh, get the signature, whatever. There's levels. You get the basic. You get the one where they wash everything. You get the one where there's like a hologram that comes into you. Yeah, there was a hologram on my windshield at the car wash today. I'm like, wow, this is so 80s sci-fi, and here I am. Anyway, so I pull up, and I tell the guy, and he's like, oh, you're paying cash? First of all, that's like wacky. But okay. It was one of the options on the machine he directed me to. I didn't hand him the money. I put the money. I said, oh, do you need exact change? He's like, well, the machine will give you your change. I'm like, oh, we're putting it in that thing. Okay, the robot. I pulled around. Yes, there was the guy who does that pre-wash. There was there were no humans towel drying at the end. They just had these big blow dryers, and then you leave. And then you go, vacuum your car. It's a robot world for us.